Hello everybody and welcome back to the Penn State Nittany Lions Dynasty mode here in NCAA 2004, and we have some more bowl action on the table today here. We're going up against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons here, a team that Fred Kirk is actually undefeated against in bowl play. I don't know about all time. I think we've lost a couple games to Wake Forest in our time at Duke, but we beat them, last time we beat them, or I guess last time we saw them maybe? I don't know if we played them again in between, but we saw them in the Tangerine Bowl with Duke, and we managed to beat them, so that's what I'm pulling back to. But we're here in the Orange Bowl, once again here with a chance to win one. I don't win a lot of them. I think I mentioned that before, that I don't typically win a lot of Orange Bowls. I think I've won a couple maybe in my time on the channel, but either way, I'm hoping to grab another one today here in Miami, if at all possible, against this Demon Deacons team, which is kind of interesting here. So their quarterback situation was a little rough. They swapped out quarterbacks kind of like we've had to do the last couple seasons, but they didn't get a lot of production from their passing game just regardless. It just didn't happen. They didn't get a lot. So it's a similar situation that you're going to see as well, with us, but we're nowhere near as bad. Derek Bridges, for the most part, has been pretty healthy and has really helped us out here, but we have great quarterbacks behind him, so it's not like that big of an issue. But the big thing here is that guy right there. Wake Forest's rushing attack is on another level, dude. Like, on another level. So Corbin Hines, you're seeing right now warm up on screen, has over 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns. Definitely Heisman chance. You could chant him if you want to. I don't think he is. He's not the Heisman winner, so someone else had to have had a better season, which I doubt it, because the game is just broken the way it does that. But there's also, between their fullback and running back, they have another 14 touchdowns. That's 34 total touchdowns just from the rushing attack, just point blank period. But it doesn't show up in the first quarter. Nobody shows up in the first quarter, and nothing happens. So to kick off the second quarter, we stall out on a drive in Wake Forest territory and have to rely on Maddox with his leg. And he nails that one through, and we take a 3-0 lead over the Demon Deacons now to start off the second quarter. But offenses are really struggling right now. They didn't make the trip here down to Miami. It's shorter for Wake Forest, but I guess they didn't show up much at all either. But there's a touchdown pass here, and it looks like it's Corbin Hines, a running back, so I guess he can do it all. But he gets a touchdown. But there's a holding call on Wake Forest. That's going to wipe off the touchdown. So we get bailed out there, and we're going to maintain our 3-0 lead. And now Wake Forest is going to have to dial up some different plays here to see if they can get back into the end zone since they squandered that opportunity. But quickly it becomes 3rd and goal, and they're just moving backwards here at the 19-yard line. And their quarterback tries to sail it to the end zone, and nobody is home. So Benny Dunn tries to get that... tries to find somebody, but it just doesn't work. We got way too many horses in the stable, especially as far as DBs are concerned. You're not just going to get away with something like that. So on 4th and goal, Wake Forest is going to rely on special teams. The kick is up, and it is good as well. So we are tied up at 3 here now late in the first half. And again, man, offenses are just kind of stagnant right now. We're kind of waiting to see what happens, but Wake Forest is back on the attack here, 1st and 10, and Dunn floats one through the air, and that pass is picked off. Safety out of nowhere just comes down, and I think it's Lenny Moore. I think it's Lenny Moore, but yes, Lenny Moore comes from nowhere, comes from downtown, and he gets the interception, and now we are really in business here in the Orange Bowl here, a prime opportunity, but quickly becomes 3rd and 12, so offense still not really there, still struggling here, and Derek Bridges manages to dump that one off quickly and finds Hakeem Gary, but Hakeem Gary is tackled shy of the line to gain. That's going to make it 4th and 2 with a minute and some change left to go in the first half. Time is ticking away, so we're going to burn as much time as we can and give it up to Maddox here to try and get us 3 more points before the half is over, and he does. So 6-3 is going to be your score. It's just 50 seconds left to play in the first half, and yeah, Dan, it's a defensive battle in this game. It looks like that's what it's going to be, but we had the ball once again with 27 seconds left to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here, and Bridges back to throw here, sends one deep downfield, and that pass is intercepted here. He throws it into double coverage. I saw what he was looking at. There was a receiver there, but just kind of a risky pass to try and get. Maybe it was out of desperation just because it was late in the half, but I don't know. Wake Forest doesn't do anything with the football here, so 6-3 is your score. And hey, man, defensive battles are how the Big Ten wins your games, okay? And we've got a goal-to-go situation on 3rd and goal, and Bridge is able to find an open receiver, but he's out of the back of the end zone, could not get his feet in bounds. It's one of our backup tight ends. Can't remember if it's Lambert or somebody else, but either way, it's 4th and goal now, and we're going to have to take 3 points again. So Maddox is getting a ton of work in this game here. I'm happy for him. He's getting an awful lot of work here, and he manages to nail that one through. So 9-3 is your score. We are back on offense as Wake Forest is completely lifeless in the 3rd quarter, and Derek Bridges just oversails his man there. Had him open there a little bit. If that pass got there a little bit quicker, that definitely would have been probably, I don't know, it could have been a touchdown. But the safety came from over top. Burgess, I guess, didn't really see him or wasn't really planning for him. And Wake Forest with another turnover. But still, not much is happening here in this game. 9-3. We were just deadlocked right now. But a touchdown would get Wake Forest back in the game. But we have a goal to go with just a minute left to go in the fourth quarter. And Dallas Vincent's going to put an exclamation point on this season and on this bowl game. And we're going to take a 15-3 lead over Wake Forest. Now, obviously, that's not an insurmountable lead here. But with just a minute left here, you could probably assume it is. We're going to try and go for 2 anyway and really kind of help ourselves out, and we cannot do it here. We cannot extend the lead to 14, but it's fine because I think we should be able to manage a 12-point lead here with just a minute left to go, and we do. So Wake Forest shows up, man. They have an excellent running game, but it just does not show up in Miami for the Orange Bowl, and our defense can win any game. So, you know what I mean? Our offense just has to do enough because our defense can literally win us any game. So that's been proven here today in the Orange Bowl. We're going to grab another bowl game too, man, so that's cool, but now we have to set our sights forward and seeing if we can at least get over the hump, man. That's what we're really looking for in the next season. This is a good consolation prize, but we got to get more here. So, God, only 164 yards of offense for Wake Forest, dude. A defensive masterclass. And, Benny Dunn had a really terrible season, 8 for 12. Yeah, not great at all. 6 sacks. We were all over their quarterback, man. All over. They're calling an ambulance for him, probably. I think it's probably what that was. Only one trip to the red zone and only resulted in a field goal. Yeah, we were just dominant. In every aspect of this game, Wake Forest could not do anything. We suffocated them, man. So the ACC champs go down, but it's fine because we are Orange Bowl champs. Look at there. Look at that. We win. We win it. We got another one. So now we're going to head back to the Hub World, man, and we're going to see if we can build this team up even more and get over the hump.
Okay, we have a job offer immediately on the table here, and it is Kansas State calling, all right? Kansas State, after a perfect season in Big 12 play here, another Big 12 title. They've been one of the teams, I've mentioned them before in the previous videos, they've been one of the teams that have just, been here, like every single year, just have not been able to get over that hump. Kind of like Miami has fallen to in the Big East, just managing to win a lot of games, but not really being able to get to that promised land, and Kansas State's in the same spot, and I guess they think that Fred Kirk has the answers for them, and Fred Kirk right now doesn't even have the answers in State College. So we got to stick here and rock with that, although this is another very fun job offer, man. Big 12 or Pac-10, I mean, I would love it, but for now, this is, we're just wrapping things up here, trying to get the job done here with Penn State. So we're going to decline this offer to head to Manhattan to the Little Apple, and we're going to stick with it. So, and I had to sim the final game here, which, of course, this is your national championship. So, it was thrown out that it was Ohio State, Virginia Tech. You could not have been closer. Could not have been closer. But West Virginia managed just to completely put it all together after a good offseason. Or actually, I think they kind of fell down, didn't they? Weren't they outside the top 25? They were pretty low. But West Virginia's been hanging around. Another one of those teams. But they put something together, get a good season together here, but just fall short because Ohio State is just that team. And Ohio State goes back-to-back with national championships. So I'm getting tired of it. I'm seriously getting tired of it. Hold on. That means, let me see this, dude. What is their win streak at now? Ohio State is on a 22-game win streak now. Yeah, it has to extend over 2 seasons now, so I can't remember what it is. But either way, it's time to look through our stats now and look through our season stats. I still have Wake Forest selected. Hold on now, because of the bowl game here. Hold on. Oh boy, everything's falling apart. Everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. Hold on. I always forget they do this with the conferences and the things, and but it's time to breeze past. I don't want to hold down my trigger and miss it. See, that's why I didn't want to do it. All right, here we go. We're finally here. So, Derek Bridges now. Wow. Okay, so again, 2 quarterbacks kind of taking a lot of the reps. Sandy Milligan gets quite a bit of time this season here. Almost throws for 1,000 yards. Actually, has a pretty decent showing. I don't know how many games this amounts to. Probably 3 or 4, potentially. But he did well. So even losing Derek Bridges, who still wins best quarterback, by the way, and just about is on brand or on par with where he was last year. Completion percentage is up 5%, so he was a lot more efficient this year. But the touchdown INT split's identical, and the yardage is about identical as well. So it's about the same kind of season. But again, as a sophomore, if that just continues, the sky's the limit, I guess. I don't know, or maybe that is the limit, right? Like close to 3,500 yards and like 35-ish touchdowns. But Dallas Vincent, man, is just that guy. I would expect him to leave. I can't imagine he stays for his senior season. I would love it, but I don't imagine he will because, yeah, he's definitely done more than enough. I don't know what the future is for him. He'll probably just have to make a full position change and just lose some weight and just be a full-blown running back. But it works for us. It certainly does. But Keon Samuels, again, another decent enough showing here. Over 700 yards here. Kind of same thing as last year. But, I mean, that's good. If you have two running backs that are putting up these kind of numbers, I think that's okay. And still not hitting that 1,000 receiver mark. It's fine. I mean, these are still good seasons here from the top. But I'm still just expecting more production out of the receiving core. But it's very clear that Bridges loves to spread the ball around because there's a lot of guys with a lot of yards just spread around. So it doesn't probably look like a lot at the top when you got like 6 receivers who all have like 200 plus yards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the receiving core is definitely doing its job, so it's not all that bad here. I think it's okay. But Dan Pace next year is going to be something special. His junior season is going to be special. LJ Jacobs, goodness gracious, dude. That dude was on something, bro. Someone check his water bottle. That dude had a year. Michael Mathis also had himself a pretty decent year, a little bit better than last year. Andrea Weiss here in his final season. Kind of a lower year, I guess, but he prevents less sacks. He gives up less, which is something we needed across the board. Isaiah Moultrie, man, I don't get this, man. I don't get it. He's not doing all that well, even though we put him there because his pass blocking was, the stat that he has the advantage on. It's like a 93, I think. And for him to put up 2 kind of meddling seasons as a primary starter, back to back, it's not good. It doesn't bode well. We might just have to, bite the bullet and move him out of the line, and make him a rotational. I don't know, man. It's weird. Lynn Reyes, decent enough here. Moving down here, these are all the guys just kind of slot in and out. Nothing too much to look into. But again, defensively, not seeing the numbers that I wish I was seeing, but it's not awful, I guess. So Terrell Wiley, 61 tackles, kind of a down year for him. Had a couple more sacks, leading the team in TFLs by a wide margin here. No one else is really close. Matt Pearson is next closest with 10, and he's closer in sacks here. Interception number, again, just kind of boiling around. Okay, so Lester Moore at 5. He was really popping off. Might have been influenced by the bowl game a bit. I don't know, but definitely more consistent interception-wise all the way down. We have a lot of guys with at least 1 pick, so that's a good number we're seeing. The turnover numbers might be really good for us when we look at the stat rankings. And then Omari Maddox, man, still kicking not very well. 72% is not very good, so interesting. Not a lot of things I'd like to see. This team needs to be doing a little bit better. I don't know if that's coaching, but he needs to be doing a little bit better. Again, offensively, we rank very high. We are the best offense in the Big Ten for the second straight year. It just does not seem to translate whenever we play the Buckeyes. I don't know. Just for that one game out of the year, it just seems to fall apart. So normally we're the number 1 passing with yards per game, nationally, but we're second. I'm curious who else is first. Probably West Virginia. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I could probably find it, but rushing yards per game were 29th, so we were actually getting pretty high up there. Normally it's in the 40s or 50s, so that's actually pretty high. I'll take that. Points per game, we were second. Passing T's, we were first in the entire country. Rushing T's, we were 22nd, so we actually ran the ball really well. Our offense is really kind of showing us the best thing, but we allowed a lot of sacks, man. We're not protecting the quarterback. I don't know why. We have such a great unit. On paper, our offensive line should be one of, if not the best in the entire sport, but for some reason, we just cannot get that out of them. I don't know what it is. O-line's coach needs to be evaluated, okay? It needs to be evaluated. So, so we were in the red zone more than any team in the country, but we were only scoring at an 83% clip, which is good for 50th in the country. So it's kind of a weird fall off right here. But yeah, we were fifth in touchdowns and 4th in field goals, which is good for 1st and 2nd in the Big Ten. So we were the most efficient and most prevalent in the red zone in the entire Big Ten for the most part. So despite the 50th average, so which tells me that a majority of the Big Ten was horrible in the red zone. If we were 2nd and 50th in the country, that means majority of the conference is outside of the top 50. So that's really bad for the Big Ten. Defensively, though, okay, so wow, great marks in defense as well. So I can probably imagine which teams are ahead of us in these stats nationally, which is probably why we finished where we finished. But, finishing top 3 in a couple of these stats is crazy to me. And yeah, second to probably just Ohio State. So I would imagine Ohio State probably had the best defense in the entire country. We saw that in the national championship game, only holding West Virginia to 10 points. So that's probably where they're at. But we have the lowest points against, man. We allowed the fewest amount of points all year long. No team allowed fewer points than we did. So That's a good thing. I'll hang my hat on that. So, sacks were closer to 47, though. We were not, our pass rush was not as efficient, I guess, as it normally is. The 7th in conference is what really stands out and shocks me. That's a little alarming. I don't like that. We should be getting to the quarterback a lot more. Again, we invest so much on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball that for both of these numbers to be where they're at is really kind of alarming. Interceptions, we were 5th in the entire. Yeah, I figured we'd have a lot of those. Fumbles recovered were 35th, which, okay. Wow. Okay, so the defensive red zone here. So we were great on defense in the red zone. So number 1 defensively, percentage-wise. So in the conference, in the Big Ten, we were the best red zone defense. And then we allowed the fewest red zone touchdowns in the Big Ten as well. We were 4th overall. Same with attempts. So, yeah, our red zone is a place we're really good at. Both sides of the ball, it doesn't matter. Our red zone performance is next to none here. Well, next to a few, actually, but you get it. Efficiency rating-wise, so we took a lot of third downs, dude. A lot. There were only, 13 teams that took more. But our percentage was 52nd, or 52%. Jeez. 52%, which is 8th. We're number 1 in the Big Ten. So we were taking a lot of third downs. We had this happen a couple years ago where we weren't doing basically anything on 1st and 2nd down, but we were converting a lot of our third downs, which was, put us very high up. But we were taking a lot of them. So, do with that at what you will. It's the same situation here with 4th down. We only have 8 attempts, but that's 107th in the country. But our 62% completion percentage on it gets us 50th, which is actually middle of the pack. So apparently the Big Ten was really efficient on 4th down, I guess. Or there was a swath of teams that were. It's very interesting. That's a weird thing to look at. So, and we were not very disciplined this year either. Maybe that's a huge contributing factor too. I'm talking like we have multiple losses. We lost a single games, but the numbers indicate that we probably could have lost more in certain aspects of our game. We were just not very disciplined at all. Turnovers. So interceptions put us at 60th. So we were 2nd. There's only one team that threw fewer picks. Fumbles, we were 3rd in conference. Giveaways, we're 2nd overall. That's fine here. That's fine. The interceptions is kind of the biggest outlier. Everything else is kind of in the middle of the pack here. We have 1 as our turnover differential. That's pretty cool. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that, with the average, that is. Okay, so stat numbers are on brand with where they should be. Let's take a look at the Big Ten before we get on into the offseason festivities, as we all love the offseason festivities, I hope. Okay, so Ohio State, of course, sitting at the top here, grabbing another Big Ten title, as well as a national title. We finished 2nd, of course, here, and then it's kind of a fall-off. There wasn't really anyone else in the conference that was even really close to us. Michigan, who I thought would start falling off quite a bit here because of their lack of recruiting, actually puts together another 9-win season here, 5-3 in conference, just not really enough to get anything going. Purdue, another middling 500 season. Illinois sitting around here as well. I thought they would be better, and they're not. Wisconsin, another meddling 500 season here. They've done decent in recruiting, but just have not put a decent team together. Michigan State does decent in conference at 3-5. That at least gets them up to 7th and not dead last, which they normally are. Indiana, another 3-win season for them. Nothing great there. Northwestern finally bounces back a little bit, wins 4 games. So who is at the caboose here? Oh my God, we still haven't found Iowa. Where's Iowa? Oh no. Minnesota's 5-7 after a horrendous year in conference. I think last year they kind of had that flip. They were 5-7 and were decent in conference. They were 4-4 in conference, but yeah, this year it's flipped. And then Iowa, after a horrendous year in Big Ten play, has a complete fall off of a year. Things are not going to be going well in Iowa City. That's for sure. Things are not going to go well in the next couple seasons here. So that's going to do it for the in-season stuff. And now it is time, of course, to look into the off-season festivities. All right, now let's get into the chaos and see exactly what is happening under the hood. So Julius Winborn wants to leave. He's our only juniors looking to leave. So it looks like Dallas Vinson's going to stay for senior season, which is nuts. That helps us out tremendously. And Julius Winborn is looking to get out of here. I don't know why. I don't think that would benefit him really at all. He still has his redshirt year, so could it be like a transfer? He's going to transfer redshirt and then play his senior season somewhere else? I don't know. That's weird. But he's looking to leave, and we'll probably let him go. He was one of our biggest recruits, I think, in the series up to this point, but we have a ton of depth at the receiver position, so we don't really need to keep him. So I guess we'll just let him fly the coop, I guess. Jeff Doyle is leaving us as well. He never really got on to the field that much here. He was, I think, third string running back, I guess, behind Vincent and Samuels. Reuben Graham, though, is gone, and that might leave a bit of a hole at fullback. Again, not like a huge contributor, but, just it's good to have a 90 overall fullback when you're trying to beat teams that have better. And so losing him is a big blow here. Hakeem Gary is also finally leaving us as well. We should be fine at tight end, but that is still a big loss here. And then we're losing a lot of offensive line pieces, guys. So Andrea Weiss is out of here. Kyle Knight is out of here. Kyle Knight, who unfortunately could not get on the field despite his best efforts, man. It's unfortunate, man. He did a little something in his senior season, not much, but he tried. Pat Bland is also leaving us here at left guard. We're losing Domingo Brandon on the defensive line, who did a little bit for us this season. Scotty Patrick is also leaving. We're loaded at defensive tackle, so we should be fine there. Deshaun Dorsey, probably our best player on the team, I think, at 97. He's also getting on out of here as well. And then Lester Moore is also leaving. I think we're fine at free safety as well, but these are just big blows, just big contributor starters, and we lose our punter, so it looks like we're gonna have to recruit a punter here. So all these spots I know we're loaded at, so I'm not really worried about anything, but the team has to get better, so hopefully training will do that for us. I'll see if I can just continue to bring in some youth here, some solid youth, and continue building the team in the right direction. So let's not waste any time, and let's get into recruiting. All right, so another good year of recruiting, as if you had any reason to doubt me, but still a decent season here. Did not go as aggressive as I did last offseason because, again, we only had a few needs, and I just really loaded up at those few positions. Got a couple more that I really wanted, but that's kind of it. Just for everyone that we lost one, we added more, even though we probably didn't need it. So, again, it would probably be another offseason where we're pretty much just defensively recruiting, taking away top recruits from other schools, and these guys probably won't even stick around. So, looking at our signings now. So I did grab the number 2 punter in the country because we needed a punter. And we got one. He's from Georgia. And then we look at all these defensive ends. We got the number 1, 2, 4, and 6th ranked defensive ends in the entire country. They are all coming here to play at Penn State. 2 of them from California, so they were big here. This one right here, Tab Jamison, what a name. Tab Jamison, I was battling with, man. I got him down to the last week, and he finally went. I thought he was going to flip to us. I think his second school was Ohio State. So if I lost him to Ohio State, I would have lost my mind. Lost my mind. So, but he's a transfer, so that's something to keep a note on. Hopefully he's already kind of at his potential. He's already in like the mid-80s, and he could slot in immediately. We'll see where all these guys kind of lay out. Also grab Zach Richard, man. He's from High Point, North Carolina, so we're grabbing from North Carolina, stealing him from Duke, stealing him from Wake Forest, just taking them all here. So, but he's the number 1 receiver in the country, and he is going to come play for us here. That should replace Julius Winborn, who was also a previous number 1 receiver in the country coming out of high school. So we drop a number 1 recruit, we grab one. That's how I like it here. And then Brad Tyler, we grab the number 11th running back in the country. Or maybe just number 11th in top 100. Yeah, I guess they're blue chips, right? I don't know. I'm saying it like it's true, but it might not be true. But grabbed him out of Michigan. He should be a nice replacement for what we just lost there, even though we have Dallas Vincent still and Keon Samuels, who should still be on roster, so we probably won't be needing him this season. I think we also have other guys who will probably, be in his spot. But also got Sheldon Peace. He was just an in-state recruit. I've talked before about, since we can get all these 5 stars from across the country now, we still need to be able to grab them from our own state. So I grabbed Sheldon Pace from Pennsylvania. Also got another free safety. We didn't need him, but he's the number 1 free safety in the country, so why not? Also grabbed the number 2 tackle who's from Pennsylvania. Grabbed a number 5 cornerback who's from Pennsylvania. Just some in-state guys. And then here's some 4 stars I was grabbing just in case I didn't get all my 5 stars. And then the game threw a couple 2s and 1s at me, which will obviously be cut. So now let's look at the top classes. I don't know if we'll be 1. Yeah, I didn't think we'd be 1. Since I didn't go for that many recruits, I figured we'd probably drop off a little bit here. But so we come in at 3rd, and then Miami's still here at 1. Whoever they got to replace their previous coach, trying to get me, North Atlanta, Georgia. That's not a place. That's not like a place. Like you can be North in Atlanta, but I don't think North Atlanta is like a legitimate. Like are they talking about like? No, that's not even. Yeah, are we talking about Buckhead? I don't know. I don't know, but. Anyway, so Miami here, at 12-2 last season here, they're number 1. And Texas went undefeated, by the way. So some publications maybe claim them as national champion, but they didn't actually make it to the game. 13-0, they went undefeated. But yeah, we come in at 3rd here. UCLA, who sent us a job offer a couple seasons ago, they're here at 4th. They win the Pac-10 again after a down year last year, so they should be in good shape here. Northern Illinois, finally winning the MAC, getting over the hump. They've kind of been like the 3rd or 4th best team in the MAC behind like Kent State, Western Michigan, in Toledo over the last couple of years, and finally they put things together here and they grab a MAC title in our 5th in recruiting. Rice is still here, man. Top 10. They've been recruiting very well this entire series. It's very odd to see, but they're still doing it well. Great season, won the WAC. Virginia Tech is still hanging around. Did not win the Big East, but had another great season. Kansas State, who obviously sent us a job offer here. Whoever they got to be coach did a great offseason, had a good offseason, keeping the talent rolling for the Wildcats here. Air Force, who wins another Mountain West Championship from Colorado State. They're here at 9th. The reigning national champs are here at 10th, man, so they're still hanging around. They're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. Texas, who had a kind of a meddling season, I guess, here at 11th, so they're looking to make a serious push. West Virginia, the runners-up, and the Big East champs are here at 12. Alabama, who finally put something together and won an SEC championship, 13th. Got nothing on Sick Naven, though. Fresno State had a bit of a down here. They're here at 14th. They're kind of the only team in the WAC that's been fighting with Rice in this entire thing. Nebraska had a great season in the Big 12 as well. They're 15th. Wake Forest, who we just beat, obviously, is 16th. ACC champs. Toledo, still here at 17. New Mexico State, who's been the only team duking it out in the Sun Belt with North Texas, and they're here at 18th. Colorado State, obviously, are at 19th. Most of the G5 or mid-major conferences have like 2 teams that are just fighting, and Colorado State is it in the Mountain West, along with Air Force. USC, after a really down year, they finished again. I think last year they had because of tiebreakers they didn't win the Pac-10, but they finished as good as the team that did. So Western Michigan, also a down year for them. That's kind of upsetting to see, but they're still recruiting well. So TCU at Acusa, Conference USA, they're here. South Carolina really put something together. Didn't make it to the SEC championship. I think Georgia did out of that division. So yeah, here you see Georgia here at 10-4. So both of them sitting neck and neck here. I think they were in the standings as well in the Eastern Division of the SEC. And then Colorado, of course, is here. And then Notre Dame put together a 12-1 season. So now we'll try to find the rest of the Big Ten. Of course, we got to find them. Duke is here at 31st. They finished 12-1, by the way. Still only 4-star prestige. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know if it's because you're independent, like it's just impossible. Maybe if they played a wholly just ranked schedule and went 12-1, maybe. I don't know. It's very odd. I don't know what it would take to really turn that into like a 5 or 6-star program. It's very odd to me at this point. Kent State down here. Who else? Michigan's here at 36, so maybe Michigan's going to start taking things a little bit more seriously. Boise State, wow, look at there. They're putting something together as well. Illinois is here at 43rd, so maybe they're like, we're not going to struggle again, man. But 11 1-star prospects, so that is not like replaceable talent. That is not like where they should be. Like that's not good. That's not a good sign of the times for them. Iowa's at 55, so they're definitely taking things a little bit seriously as well, trying to step it up a bit. Northwestern at 60. I don't think we've seen Northwestern inside the top 70 since we've been in the Big Ten. So the Big Ten is starting to kind of turn a new leaf here. They're starting to take things a little bit seriously. Wisconsin's not. They fall off a lot. They've dropped to 70. They're not really being serious here. Purdue's up a little bit. They typically recruit not that well, but they still continue to play well. So maybe that's a replacement year for them. They're going to actually replace some talent. Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll see what happens with them. And then Minnesota here at 89. Yeah, things are probably just going to continue to get worse for the Golden Gophers there in Minneapolis. I wouldn't expect a lot. Michigan State here at 96, so maybe 4-8 is not a sign of the times. Maybe things are just going to continue to get worse for the Spartans. Indiana is also at 100. Is that it? I think that's it for the Big Ten. Am I missing someone? Is there someone I'm missing? No. So we all finish at least in the top 100 or better. So with Indiana coming in at 100. So I guess that's the best recruiting season we've seen, period, point blank period, in the Big Ten. And I guess I'll look at our current chart. I didn't point out anyone. I don't think we lost anyone. I don't think there was anyone that I was like, oh, I really wanted him. Like I don't think I was really in on this tight end ever. I might have thrown some points, I think, at this receiver. I don't think I did though. Like yeah, I think we got just about everyone I wanted. So now we're gonna get into the training results and see what the roster looks like. Okay, so we know the threshold we need to beat the Buckeyes, man. We need 90s across the board. We're getting pretty darn close. So Michael Freeman's up to an 88 here. He's our most improved here. Dallas Vinson, though, absolutely takes a huge step forward up to 89, as if he needed to. He was already there. He didn't need to take a huge step. LJ Jacobs up to a 99. He's our best offensive lineman. Probably the only one who's even contributing at this point. Everyone else is just kind of filler. Michael McDowell's up to a 94, though. Wes White up to a 94, Rusty Eldridge up to a 94. Again, on paper, I said it in the first part of the video, or earlier. On paper, we should have the best offensive line, like unit, just in the country, and for them to just not be performing how they need to be, it's frustrating. Terrell Wiley up to a 93, a lot of breakthroughs, man. Derek Bridges up to a 93 as well. We'll see exactly where the other quarterbacks lie, because that'll be interesting. Keenan Greer up to a 93 as a senior. Keon Samuels up to a 92, so he actually might be starting running back. I kind of want Dallas Vinson to continue starting, but
Oh, man, I want Keon Samuels to... Oh, man. There's actually a gap now. Keon Samuels up to a 92. Like, there's actually a considerable gap between them. Because I think Dallas Vinson was, an 89? So, like, that's going to be a decision that we're going to have to make here. Snoop Green up to an 86. Zach Johnson up to an 85. I mean, yeah, dude, we are just kind of loaded throughout. We're going to get in and see exactly what the rest of the roster looks like here. No use dilly-dallying around, okay? No use dilly-dallying around. Okay, so the quarterback battle here doesn't seem to be much of a battle anymore. Derek Bridges up to a 93. He will obviously start for us for the third straight season, and it looks like Zach Magruder might get a chance now. With him being in 91, I kind of like his athleticism now. Everyone's a sophomore, though. He was redshirted last year, it looks like, so... We've got some extra time with Zach Magruder. He might even stick around and start for us when everything is said and done, with Bridges and Milligan both being juniors. We'll look at the throwing arms again, and we'll just see. I think I already know. It's considerably better with Sandy Milligan, obviously, but I don't know. I kind of want to try the other. I don't know. No, Sandy Milligan was good last season in his limited time. I need a good backup quarterback. I'm going to go with Sandy Milligan, man. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with my gut here and rock Sandy Milligan again. I'm sorry to Zach Magruder, man. You're just kind of sitting there on the roster, wasting away, but that's what we do here. It's what we do. Keon Samuels up to 92, and the running back battle is not going to be much of a battle at all this year because... Keon Samuels, because of course we lost Ruben Graham at fullback, so that means that Dallas Vinson is now our de facto best fullback. So we might just be using the fullback a lot more, like we do running back, especially because I don't like Keon Samuels is just slow, even on the roster with the guys behind him, he's just slow, and I'd love to make that change, but 92 versus 84, I don't know how you buck that, you know what I mean? I don't know how you just switch that up. Dallas Vinson's going to start first at fullback. Dan Pace, our first team All-American, one of the only few on the team, which is just weird. We're not getting a lot of All-American selections in this series, but he's going to be our top receiver at 90. Vinny Wise is going to be second at 89. Edwin Mathis up to an 86. Snoop Green at an 86. We're loaded, dude. It's just 80s all the way down. It's just 80s all the way down. It's all you need to know. Receiver is not a problem. Tight end. So Terry Harper's going to step in now because Gary Hackham... Hakeem Gary has graduated, so Terry Harper's going to start for us at tight end. He's got 83 speed. Goodness gracious. Look how much higher that is than Lamar Lambert. Okay, so we have two just big guys who aren't supposed to be fast that are fast on this team. I don't know why, but we do. Alex Sharp's going to start at left tackle, of course. At left guard, we're going to have Rusty Eldridge. Center, we have Michael Mathis. Isaiah Moultrie up to a 90. I'm not going to go with that because he's kind of bugging me, dude. Reyes didn't have that great of a season last year, so I don't know if this is like a humongous step in the right direction, but Isaiah Moultrie's just been bad the last 2 years, dude. He's just been straight up bad. So I'm going to rock with Lindlet Reyes. And then LJ Jacobs, of course, starting at right tackle. So our offensive line, again, should be one of the best units in all of college football. The lowest is an 89, and he's literally backup. I could have all 90s on the offensive line if I wanted to, but Isaiah Moultrie is not good. So we're going to keep moving. Ken Milligan is going to start on the left side here at a 90 overall as a senior. And on the right side, we're going to have Zach Johnson, also as a senior, but we are loaded with talent behind him here. Freshman. All these guys that we just brought in, we are loaded behind him. We're okay. Greg Blanchard's up to a 99 as a senior, so we have, I think, a couple 99s on the roster now. Matt Pearson up to a 91 behind him, and then Michael Freeman at 88 behind him. And it's kind of a fall-off here, but these guys, or at least Sheldon Peace, will grow. He will grow. So he's who we just brought in, and he has room to grow. And then Keenan West is going to start on the left side at a 93. Terrell White is going to start at an 83 in the middle. And then, Connor Barks is going to start as a 97. So, again, Michael Valentine. I think we had another Valentine, linebacker named Valentine, who kind of was like the odd guy out, and he just never got to start. Do we have two of them? Or do we have a pair of brothers that just wasted their collegiate careers at Penn State, just sitting and waiting for their opportunity? He's a lot faster, so I guess I could, make the swap, but I'm guessing Keenan West has a lot more attributes that make him a better prospect overall. You can even see the strength numbers are just kind of a lot different. Same with the awareness. So those are kind of the things that I need. You know what I mean? Those are kind of the things that I think are a little bit better. 76 jump versus 59. So I can't even say that Valentine's a better athlete because he's just, I don't think he is. You know what I mean? So we're going to move right on ahead here. Cornerback, Stephen McDonald up to a 92. He's a senior. Khaled Turner in 89 as a senior. Wow, cornerback room is going to be gone next season. The top three is going to be all gone. We were loaded there. We have more than it's listing, but we have a few more that are younger, and that we'll be okay here. But these guys are all leaving, so something to note. Keenan Greer up to a 93 as a senior, but we have two 84s behind him. Man, we could take our pick. These guys are both freshmen. We could easily take our pick. So it looks like Charlie Childs will probably get redshirted this year, and Stuart Williams will be the backup. So, but we'll have them too next season, regardless. And then Wes White, up to a junior, is a 94. He might leave after the season, depending on how it goes for him. But we got Merrill Dennis behind him, so we're doing okay. And then, of course, we have Amari Maddox, and I'll finally show the punter because we had a new one. Mike Anderson, he's our punter. He was a 5-star, the number 1 punter in the country. He's a 73 overall. This game is broken. It is completely broken. So we're going to get into the next season now. This is the year I'm putting all the chips in, guys. I'm really putting all of my eggs into this being the final basket. I mean, I'm really hoping so. We got to get over the hump that is Ohio State. We've already won a couple Big Ten titles, so it's not like I'm leaving a whole bunch on the table. I just want to get over Ohio State. Got to get the Big Ten title again, and then of course we have to look at this is out to prove that defense wins championships. Yes, see, the Sports Illustrated already knows. They acknowledge and they know us. They're aware. Okay, but I'm hoping to get over that hump here, and hopefully, yeah, we started the number 1 team. It's ours to win. Yeah, I'm not playing both of these guys. Yeah, I don't care what you guys say. You guys can yell at me in the comments all you want. I don't care. Fresno State. Maybe we should. I'll play ECU. I don't know. Okay, I'm shying away from competition, guys. I'm shying away. Should I put Duke on? We played Duke last year and we won, so that's going to be the last one. I'm going to run now. We'll put Clemson on. Why not? We'll play Clemson. We'll go on the road here. We'll keep a tough team. I don't know if I want it to be Notre Dame. Is there another ranked team we could try our hand at here? I could try USF. They won a single game last year. Is that fair, guys? Is that a fair matchup for me to put on the schedule? No, it's okay. Let's see if there's another or just a better, not better, but like not 13th Notre Dame, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Kent State's really good out of the MAC. They're not ranked, but they're really good out of the MAC. We know that, so maybe that's better. Who knows? I don't think so. It's all the FCS teams. Cincinnati's good out of the CUSA, maybe, huh? Huh, guys? I'm trying to entice you here. No. So Notre Dame's the only ranked team we can play there. So how about we put Cincinnati here, and then we'll see if we can put a ranked team in where Syracuse is. We'll see if we can just put a better team right here and take Syracuse off the schedule. We got number 9 Rice. I think we could probably beat Rice, but I'm not going to try my hand. Oklahoma. That's a good one. We'll play Oklahoma. How about that? This is going to be our schedule here. We're going to play. I kind of want to take a look at what these guys are ranked nationally, just out of curiosity. I think we're fine sticking with them. And then we'll do home against Cincy, and then we'll go on the road against Oklahoma. We haven't played like a tough road game, especially at a conference, so I guess I'll take the chance there. We'll see what happens. But that is going to be the schedule here. Again, Ohio State coming as the only ranked team on our schedule, but they're number 3, and we're number 1, man. They're high on us. The media is high on us, so we're going to take this schedule. I'm not going to change it with the coaching schedule or the coaching strategy. I think we're okay there. Actually, no. We'll look at it because I don't think we need to sub as much anymore on offense. I think we're okay. I think I'm going to stick with our starters there. And then defensively, yeah, we can still keep subbing on defense because, yeah, we can. And I think we need to balance it more because we're actually good all around on defense. So it really doesn't matter what we do. Like, both sides of the ball we're very dominant on. So I'm going to balance this out there a little bit. And now I'm going to save and we're going to run the sim. And hopefully I come back with some better news. Well, folks, what can I say? What can I say? Hump gotten over. I don't know if there's a better way to say that. Someone sound the alarm. We are Big Ten champions, and that has to mean just one thing. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to mean one thing. It could necessarily mean that, like, the Big Ten imploded. Ohio State was like 9-3, and we finished 10-2 with a win over them to win the Big Ten. But that's not what happened because, baby, we are 12-0. We are 12-0. Get that off the screen. Okay, we are 12-0. we win it perfect. 12-0 in our schedule here, and we're going to go over it now. Started things off with a huge skunking of Memphis, who was a lot worse than I thought they were. I thought Memphis was at least like in the 60s or 70s nationally, but they were 98th. And after this season, they are now 114th. So they're one of the worst teams in FBS. I didn't know that. I thought Memphis was a little bit better, and they're not. Clemson, though, we managed to beat up on Clemson. Had a bit of a shootout with the Tigers, but Clemson finishes 4-8. A down year for them. I think they were 7-6 last year, so not a great year for them. And then we beat up on Oklahoma, who completely imploded this year. Completely. We went into Norman, just completely embarrassed the Sooners, who had a horrendous year this year. They came in ranked 22nd to start the year, and I think they were 21st or 20th when we played them, and yeah, it's completely imploded. I don't know what happened to the Sooners, man. We might need to look at that schedule, because that is just wild. We beat up on Minnesota, who posts another 5-7 record here. We struggle with Minnesota, man, every year. It's just a close game with Minnesota. Not every year, but we always have close games with Minnesota. Scary, but not enough to lose. It's kind of like Iowa State and Iowa, like in the modern day, like Campbell at Iowa State. Like, they always play a really close game, but it never really goes anywhere. Iowa State always just ends up winning. And that's kind of, I guess, our situation with Minnesota. It's weird. Completely blew out Wisconsin. We actually had a decent year here at 7-5, but they didn't score a single point, so That's that Penn State defense, baby. Beat up on Purdue, who finally the bottom came out on the Boilermakers. They had a terrible year. It was bound to happen. We beat up on Cincinnati, who finished 8-4, maybe in play for a CUSA title. Who knows? We'll see what happens there. Iowa actually had a good year. They finished ranked at 7-5, which is disgusting. Where's Cincinnati then? 51st at 8-4? What are we talking about? What are we doing here? And Iowa at 7-5 here, somehow ranked in the top 25. No idea how. Then we blew out Ohio State. We blew them out. One loss on the year is to us. So how does it feel, guys? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on that receiving end of things, okay? But we blow them out in good fashion here. Put a season high on Northwestern here, who at least bounced back a little bit, winning 4 games. Or actually, they were 4-8 last year, so it's technically worse. The win percentage is technically worse. Indiana, another 3-9 year, but they get shut out. So we have 2 Big Ten opponents that we shut out on our schedule this season. And then, of course, we blow out Michigan State once again as well. So need to simulate through the conference championship week and exactly see who we're going to be playing in the national title game here. Let's wait for the splash screen to splash on our faces, pause, and see who's getting what. So, oh my God, Maddox wins the Groza. Oh my goodness. Okay, sure. I guess maybe he heard what I said in the last couple seasons. We're looking at the stats, and he said, "Don't worry, Coach. I got it figured out." So we have a Groza Award winner on the roster. Let's see what else we get, if anything else. Quarterback of the year. So Derek Bridges has won now back-to-back quarterbacks of the year. Is that going to get him Heisman votes? Probably not. But he's at least won the award back-to-back years. What else do we got? And yeah, dude, not even getting votes. Doesn't get votes. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's not real. Football is not real. It's never been real. It'll never be real. Okay? So, just quit expecting things like that to happen, because it's not gonna happen, okay? And it looks like, so Wake Forest's backup running back, who I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, who also was pretty decent for them last year, I guess just completely took the vacancy that their starter, I have him here, that their starter, Corbin Hines, completely left. So he got second in Heisman voting, but you know, that is what it is. We didn't get any Heisman votes, but we're going to be playing West Virginia. They've made it back, and we're going to be playing the Mountaineers. So this is a very close rivalry here. Not much of a rivalry, but geographically close. And we're going to be going up against the Mountaineers in the Sugar Bowl. I kind of figured it'd be the Sugar Bowl. Just something about it, bro. It just beckons us. It calls to us. I can't win one of these things unless it's a Sugar Bowl. Maybe that's why it didn't work. A Rose Bowl or a Sugar Bowl. If it's an Orange Bowl or Fiesta Bowl, forget about it. But if it's a Sugar Bowl and a Rose Bowl, I can get it figured out. So, and this is before COVID. Look at that. It's before COVID. So we have a chance to get this done before the pandemic hits, guys. So we're going to try and do that here. And then we're going to get right on out of here. And this will probably be the very end. So I don't know what I'll do if I'm going to... we'll probably do... Because we're not going to do an off-season, so the video is going to be short regardless. So what we'll probably do is I'll probably edit this game like a regular game, like I do all my other edits. So instead of just the scoring plays, we'll do like scoring drives, you know what I mean? Like big plays and turnovers and stuff like that. We'll probably do that. And then I'll do like an off-season recap. We'll go through the trophy case a little bit. Probably should do the same with the Bama series, I guess. I don't know. I've overcomplicated that to such a large degree, and it doesn't need to be. I probably should have just done the exact same thing with the Bama series. I don't know why I didn't, but... I don't know. That might just happen. I might just throw up an episode that's just like 10 minutes of me rambling about the Bama series, going through the trophy case, and that just might be the end of it. I'll throw some stats that I pull from Nick Saban's time and this and that. But anyway, we're talking about the end of 2 series here. One that's been ended for a while now, and this one that's going to end. And then we'll hopefully have a new series start up like next week. I'll probably do another series in this game, I think. I was thinking of moving on. And then you guys had suggested, you know, just picking another, like, you know, school, just running with another one. And I love playing this game. It's my favorite. So I'll probably just do that. And we'll see. We'll run like a regular schedule, a regular series. And it'll run alongside the Bills. And I'll do it the same way. Well, I'll have multiple games per episode. And we'll just run through the seasons like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you have, like, a suggestion on which game or team, you know, just, you know, before. I already have teams swelling in my head. I think I've already decided who, but you guys threw out a list of teams last time, and it was cool. And there were some in there that I really enjoyed. I was heavily considering, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, look forward to the finale of the series, which is going to be the next episode in the National Championship game. Hopefully we win it. I think win or lose, I'll probably still end this, I think. But we should win it, so hopefully we do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.